do yoga. First, several breaths, any position that allows you to turn on your deep breathing. Ujjayi breathing, I find very helpful for the slowing and channeling the breath into the body. For inviting mind to stick to breath. And feel down into your lowest ribs. Breathe in and feel them spread out in all directions. Breathe out, they come back towards each other. Take a few breaths to get the ribs to start to open and close like a bellows, nice and easy. Feel especially into the low back ribs, those stickiest ribs. Get them to lift as you breathe in. And we'll start to get the breath even lower than this bottom of the lungs. Breathe in to expand the back ribs and release the low belly out. Exhale, hug low abdominals in. Move the breath out. Take a few rounds like that. Inhaling to open the bottom of your lungs, the ribs expand, and relax your low belly. Any the holding tension there. Exhale, collect your low belly in. 2 more breaths. Come into Baddha Konasana for Kapalabhati breath. If you prefer to sit any other way, that's fine. I just want your belly and your ribs still to move with your breath. Have freedom to do that. We'll do 2 rounds. First round, I'll count 108 fast Kapalabhati. These are the short, sharp exhales out your nose, like you're trying to shoot at a bug. If you want to go much slower, you might do 30 Kapalabhati, or you can break it up into rounds. So 108 is about a minute of Kapalabhati breathing. Then I'll cue us to take a breath in, hold the breath in. We'll blow it out like we're blowing out candles and pull the belly into Uddiyana, flying the diaphragm up. 2 rounds of Uddiyana. Then 1 more round of Kapalabhati. I'll count to 108. 2 more rounds Uddiyana. Or you might move into Agnisara, where we lift into Uddiyana and relax. Lift and relax while holding your breath out. First round, slow Agnisara. Second round, fast. Not too confusing? No, we'll go, of course, slower than I talk. All right, get comfortable. Tuck your chin down just a little bit. Focus your eyes either on tip of nose or close them. Fill up to about half capacity of breath and start to snap it out your nose. Empty out and fill up. Breath seeps down into low belly, low ribs, and heart. Get tall. Take another sip in, then tuck your chin down. Plug sit bones, pubic bone down to the ground. Shoulders back, but front ribs stay in. And then bring your hands forward so you can soften your belly as you empty out a breath. Keep the belly soft. Breath out. Tuck chin, navel to spine. Re-lengthen your spine. Lift the rib cage up to draw the diaphragm up into the vacuum of the lung space. When you have to breathe, relax your belly so you can breathe without gasping. Then take a big breath in. Do one more Uddiyana. I don't always forget to release, so sometimes I gasp after all these years. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, one more round Kapalabhati. We'll hold, and then two more Uddiyanas or Agnisara. Inhale, half capacity, and begin. Empty out and fill up with fresh breath. Once you're full, get tall, soften the shoulders down without thrusting ribs, and then maybe take another sip before you seal chin to throat, tongue to roof of mouth. And when you need to move into your Uddiyanas or Agnisara, empty out. 2 rounds, maybe 3, you have time. All right, extended legs, seated side bend.
I have a question,
Yes.
Dina. That last little breathing thing we did when you blow it all out and put your arms out in front of you and you're sucking your belly up, it looks like you're doing that a few times.
Yes, that was Agnisara.
Okay.
So that's a variation on Uddiyana where we also practice releasing and pulling in while we hold the breath out.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll revisit. I think in the standing series, we'll revisit that if you want to play.
Okay.
Again, don't ever do this if there's lunch in your belly. You don't want it, it'll go the wrong way. But yeah, if you haven't had lunch yet, this will definitely prepare you for it. All right, extend legs seated side bend, left leg straight. If left leg straight at this point in your practice, you're not ready for that, then fold left knee in and bring right heel towards butt. It's okay if that tips you off the right seat, you're on left hip because we're leaning that way anyway. If you're in this shape, I call this mermaid seat for some reason. I can't remember where I got that from. Then left hand comes 18 inches out from your left hip. If left leg is straight, left hand in front of left leg. Tuck your right fingers underneath your right sitting bone to pin right hand and arm. If you're in the mermaid seat, hold on to your right ankle. Inhale, lengthen your spine out of your hips, both the left and the right sides. Exhale, relax your ear to left shoulder. Hanging off your straight right arm as your neck release. Activate the left foot if your leg is extended. Relax your left shoulder down, left arm down. But continue to breathe the left ribs away from waist. When I say neck release, feel for on the exhales, cell by cell, a softening in the right side of your neck, a letting go. If things are resisting or even tightening up more, then change the angle of your head or don't hang it so aggressively. Just find a place where you can sense that unwinding. And you're welcome to stay in neck release if you just found that spot. Stay with it. Or free your right hand and reach it towards the left across your ear and open the whole right side body to your breath. Inhale, lengthen the left ribs out. Exhale, hug low belly in. Now come up nice and easy. If you're really low, you might have to simply bow forward and walk yourself up. Other side. Either right leg extended or the right knee bent in mermaids. I can't see your legs, so I'll trust I'm not confusing you by giving you two options. This time, right hand either out from your right hip if you're in mermaids, or right hand to the inside of right leg. Tuck left fingers under sitting bone or hold your ankle if it's there in either shape. Inhale. Spread your collarbones. Exhale, ear to right shoulder. Active feet in either shape is a great way to stabilize, ground your base. And the whole upper body can hang off left arm. Softening left side of spine right through the neck. Maybe even into the skull and jaw. And say with your slow breath, feeling for that organic rate of release. Breathe into the low back ribs. Release low belly. Exhale, hug low belly in. Option to extend left arm past your ear. Two more slow breaths. Scope out your own physical sensations with your breath. And keep neck completely released as you work your way up to a seat. And let's come on to our backs. Oh, let's do roll tutorial before we lie down, since we'll use that for bridge after abdominals. It's my rolled up towel. I'm a fan of this guy for calf stretching. So towel, bath towel is about the same size as a yoga mat when it's folded in 4 from its full shape. Oh, that's not a very nice fold, but. So with the bath towel, I usually fold it in half the long way and in thirds, I find makes a good size roll. So I can roll it up tight. With the yoga blanket, since it's already thick, just fold it up once from its long end and then roll that up tight from its short end. So whatever size, when you lie on your back, put it between your thighs, legs about hips width apart. Depending on what's going on in your hips, knees, sometimes having it closer together, having a smaller roll, legs closer together, will feel more comfortable, less pull on the sacrum. Sometimes a bigger roll will be safer for your knees. So the nice thing about making your own roll is you can change the shape whenever you need. Let's go right into twisting abs. We haven't done this in a while. Legs straight up to the sky. Feel the sacrum fully on the ground, the back of your pelvis, your low ribs fully on the ground, the low back light, natural curve of the lumbar. Hands clasp behind your head and neck, elbows point to ceiling. Active feet. Of course, you can do this with your knees bent. Take a breath. Send your breath down into low back. Flatten your low back into the mat without moving your legs. Exhale. Pull navel to spine. Curl head and shoulders up. We'll keep the head and shoulders up the rest of the series. Inhale down into your low back. Broaden it on mat. Squeeze your roll. Exhale, twist both elbows to left thigh. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. Head and shoulders stay up. Triceps to sky. Squeeze, roll. Exhale to right thigh. Draw navel to spine. Inhale, center. Squeeze, roll. Little tuck of tailbone up. Exhale, twist left. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. Squeeze, roll. Curl tail. Exhale, twist right. Draw navel to spine. Inhale, center. Flex your feet. Reach up through the heels. Pull the toes towards you. Squeeze your roll. Curl your tail. Exhale, triceps straight up to the ceiling. Lift to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades up if you can, but do not strain your neck. Press balls of feet back up. Inhale down into low back. Spread it on your yoga mat. Squeeze, roll. Curl tail. Exhale, twist left. Squeeze, roll again. Curl tailbone some more. Pull your belly down. Center. Squeeze, roll. Curl tail. Exhale, twist right. Squeeze, roll a second time. Tuck the tailbone up. Pull your belly down. Again, like that. Inhale, center. Squeeze your roll. Curl your tail. Exhale, twist left. Squeeze, roll again. Curl tailbone again. Pull belly down. Balls of feet reaching straight up to sky. Inhale, center, last side. Squeeze, roll, curl tail. Exhale, twist right. Squeeze, curl, pull your belly down. Last piece. Inhale, center. Flex your feet. Pull the toes towards you. Squeeze your roll, curl your tail. Exhale, elbows straight up to the sky. Squeeze, roll some more. Tuck the tailbone up. Send your heels up. Reach the elbows up. And if you're really a glutton for punishment, fingers to toes without moving your legs. Pull belly down. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Feet down. Take the roll away for a moment. Supta Baddha Konasana, or any resting pose that allows you to flush your breath through all of your abdominals. We'll move into bridge with a roll. Roll between thighs. My pelvic instability, because my bones tend to shift, they crack a lot. Roll between knees, I find, is safer for keeping that stable. If you have imbalance in hips or legs, where holding the roll aggravates that imbalance, skip the roll. Feet might be close enough you can brush them with your fingertips. But if they don't get that close, no need to struggle to get there. It doesn't help. Activate your feet, lift and spread your toes, press your feet down, curl your tailbone up. Inhale, exhale, press hips to sky. Inhale to low back ribs. Exhale, hug low abdominals in. Lengthen thighs forward. Send your roll forward. It's not really a squeeze here. The inner thighs are just engaged enough you're not dropping the roll. Now keep the belly in as you invite the breath up into the whole rib cage. Spread it 360 and lift your heart. Exhale, lengthen your sacrum towards the roll. If this action works for you, and move gently with breath, pretend to pull the mat toward you with your active feet a little bit to help get the hips, sitting bones to lengthen forward. Your breath moves the chest away from your hips towards your face. 2 more breaths. Exhale, slowly roll your spine down top to bottom as smooth as you can without dropping your roll. Even if you're not using the roll, you can imagine what that feels like. And take the roll away. Figure 4, right ankle flexed, crosses left knee, either right on the thigh or cross it. Any variation of this hip stretch that gets your breath down into your low back and pelvis. Other leg. Let's ease our way up to standing for calf stretching. Use your roll, unless you have one of those half cylinders or a ramp, you can use that. Put your left foot on it, the whole ball of foot, including the toes, but not only the toes, and make sure heel's on the ground. So modify the size of your roll if needed. And if possible, stand in Tadasana, feet side by side. And we'll do our pelvic alignment. So rock your hips back a little bit so your hips line up right over your heels. For most of us, we stand forward. So this will make you start to feel like you're going to fall on your butt. Lean your chest forward a little bit to counterbalance. So once you feel, it's supposed to be greater trochanter over outer ankle bone. We won't be that meticulous with measurement. I'm just going to have you feel into that. Then feel for front hip bones vertical to your pubic bone. Or for some pelvises, it makes more sense to have those front pointy hip bones horizontal to their back pointy hip bones. Like if there's a stripe on your yoga pants, make sure that stripe is parallel to the earth. All right, once you have that in place, put your hands on your ribs. Inhale into the low back ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in. Invite the ribs back into the body. Keep the chest slightly down. When I first learned this, I hated this. It felt suffocating. But this alignment is really serving me. All right, you can either keep your hands on your hips if you're feeling into that alignment and breathe into the stretch in left calf, or goal post your right arm. Bring left hand to your chest or closer to the right shoulder and send breath into this opening right chest and front of shoulder. Behind the shoulder is starting to soften, inviting the shoulder blade back. Oops, there go my ribs again. Exhale, relax your arms. Step off your roll, change feet. And again, start into Tadasana and take a moment to be meticulous about getting your hips back over your heels. Lean forward if necessary, but then from that forward lean, instead feel for the low ribs coming into your body. Breathe the back ribs back over your sacrum. Feel for your pelvis being vertical and balanced from side to side. The leg that's on the roll, that hip is even with the other hip. No hips hiked. Yeah? All right. And then, of course, you can stay here. I forgot to say, if you want more stretch, you can once step your standing foot, your left foot forward, and then just balance your pelvis between those two legs. Goalpost the left arm if you're adding chest opener, right hand to left side chest. Breathe into left shoulder, left chest. Exhale, ease the shoulder blade down your back. And this area can be quite tight or sensitive or numb. So no expectations about what you'll find. Send your breath there. You can massage it with your right hand. Ground your right heel, feeling this lengthening of your right calf muscles. Exhale, feel the lengthening of your spine up from that, the back of your spine. Relax your arms. Come on to all fours for dolphin. Lower down to elbows and knees. Wrap hands around upper arms to measure elbows right under shoulders, or even bring them a little closer if your shoulders are healthy. Either clasp your hands or place your palms down directly in front of the elbows. If you're doing that variation with the forearms parallel, lift your fingers a moment, stretch the front of your wrists forward for a traction. Inhale, feel for the length of the belly of the forearm on the mat. Exhale, softly plant your flattened palms and spread fingers down. Press the ground away. Lift out of your shoulders, hang your head, lean your hips back. And this is your dolphin right now. Cool. Breathe. Create space in the shoulder joint. Or inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, straighten knees. Your long calves lengthening back. Breathe into low back ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in. Whichever variation you're in, rotating the elbows, triceps in towards your temples. And keeping the wrists pressing out. Lower your knees down. Come to standing on your knees or sitting on your heels. Touch your thumb tips together behind your back. Roll the shoulders back, opening up the collarbones, head of shoulder back. Ribs stay in the body. And keep the ribs in as you start to straighten your arms, keeping the head of the shoulder open. It will probably try to dip forward. If your arms straighten all the way, then you start to lift the hands up behind you with no rib thrusting and no dipping of shoulders. Relax your arms, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, plank. Shoulders over wrists. You can either set knees down or walk ankles in towards each other, heels together, send them back. 3 breaths. Either relax your neck or keep the gaze down and retract your chin. Exhale, downward dog. Set your knees down. We'll talk about step throughs and then we'll move into classical suns. So if you choose to stay with the step throughs, we'll do that. If you have 2 blocks, I'm still working with mine the tall way. I recommend doing that. If not, you'll be on your hands or your block substitute. We'll inhale into the low back ribs and exhale, hug low belly in to bring the right foot forward. Lunge. Bringing the hands back down, inhale into low back ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in to bring right foot back. Inhale, exhale forward. I suspect neither of you have blocks, so we'll do the best we can without the blocks. And I would much rather you use your hands than cheat by throwing your legs around. So we'll connect to that. And then when we move into our classical suns, you can let your body do whatever does not hurt it. All right, we'll start in tabletop. Breathe, expand the low back ribs off of your kidneys. Exhale, hug low belly in, draw right knee to nose, and step through. Lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Breathe, inflate the low back ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in, stepping the right foot back. Inhale, open the back ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in, step left foot through. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, open back ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in, set the left knee back. 2 more to each side. Inhale. Exhale, pull your low belly in. 2, step right foot through. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Inhale. Exhale, low belly in, step it back. Inhale. Exhale, pull low belly in, left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Breathe in. Exhale, hug low abdominals in, left foot back. 1 more round. Inhale. Exhale, pull belly in, right knee forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Breathe in. Exhale, low belly in. Step it back. Inhale, inflate the whole back rib cage. Exhale, scoop your low belly in, step forward. Left foot. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. Take a breath. Release the low belly, and then exhale, pull it in. You have to be able to release the low belly to use those muscles. Step back. Downward facing dog, or turbo, or dolphin, whatever your preference. Standing forward fold. Step or jump your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Samastiti. 1 half sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Now I'll talk through the classical suns if you want to stay through with half suns or practice your step throughs. Tune me out, just keep breathing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg back, knee down lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Low cobra or cobra, get your hips on the ground. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lunge, left foot forward. Of course, you can set your knees down and keep practicing connecting to low abdominals. Breathe in. Forward fold, hands down. Step forward. Breathe in, rise. Samastitihi. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg back, knee down lunge. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Cobra variations. Inhale, hips stay on the ground, pull your chest forward, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog. Pull low belly in to move you back. Right foot forward. Lunge. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. We'll do one more to each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Left leg back. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot forward. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Last side. Inhale, balloon back ribs. Exhale, fold. Right leg back. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. Exhale, downward. Right foot forward. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Warrior two, step your left foot back. Yeah. Reverse warrior, right arm up. Half archer. Inhale, warrior two. Right arm up. Bend your right elbow. Left hand to right elbow. Keep drawing the right elbow straight up. Breathe into low back ribs. Exhale, hug your low belly in. Feel for moving the bottom ribs back into your belly, even as the whole rib cage and chest are getting longer. If you're moved into the full bind, that's fine. Extended warrior variation, right forearm to thigh, left arm crosses ear. Breathe into low back ribs. Open them off through your low back. Exhale, hug low belly up into your body. Exhale, hands down to frame front foot. Your choice of vinyasa. Step forward or step back into down dog. If you had two blocks, I would give you the option to, or encourage the option to put your hands on your blocks and practice your step throughs that way. Left foot forward, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Left arm, any position that opens the whole left side of your spine from hip, through ribs, through shoulder, to your big inhale breath. Half archer. Inhale, warrior two, left arm up. Bend your left elbow and catch it with right hand. Inhale, send the point of the left elbow straight up to the ceiling. Exhale, soften the left shoulder away from your neck. And if your shoulder is okay with it, turn your triceps in toward your cheek. Full bind is fine. Breathe into the low back ribs. Feel them lift away from your sacrum. Exhale, scoop your low belly in and up. Extended warrior variation, left forearm to thigh, right arm crossing ear. Here I do recommend wrapping the shoulder if that's okay on your shoulder. Turning your palm behind you from the shoulder, turning the right shoulder blade over your armpit. And then maybe your chest rolls up towards the armpit. Exhale, hands down. Either step forward or back for your transition. I'll leave time if you want to do a full vinyasa. Arrow lunge. Right foot forward, knee down lunge. Hands on the ground or on your blocks on either side of front foot. Spread your back 5 toenails out on the mat and make sure your left ankle is straight. If you need to peek back and make sure your big toe is not rolling in a sickled shape, that's important. Square off the sides of the ankle with your foot. And once you feel that, spread the toes, spread the foot bones and tissues, and start pressing top of foot into the mat to feel the stretch through the front of ankle, up the front of the leg, possibly straightening your left leg. If you could connect to your low abdominals, taking some weight off your hands, or possibly all the weight off your hands. Breathe into low back ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in. Hands down if they're up. Tuck the back toes under, knee down, tuck your back toes. And now straighten the back leg into runner's lunge. Hands any position that allows you to lengthen, crown of head forward, left heel back. Squeeze your sit bones and your belly button into that long line from front to back. Shoulders back. Right hip under. Flank stretch. Walk your hands to the left, straightening your legs and turning your right toes in. Left hand to your right ankle. Right hand on the left hand. Ear can rest right on the steps as you allow your left side body to sway towards the earth. Your knees might bend a lot, so you can allow your spine to turn into a hammock here. Relax. Send breath into the left side flank. The sensation from left hip through left ribs, through shoulder. Deep lunge hip opener. Lizard variation. Release your ankle. Walk your hands back towards the right foot. Heel toe right foot over to the edge of your mat for your wide-legged lunge. So both hands or elbows are inside right foot. I'll leave it up to what you're feeling in your left hip, whether it makes more sense to leave the knee up or set your knee down. Slow your breath all the way down into your pelvis. Exhale, feel the weight of your hips. Find your way onto your belly. Right heel to butt, quad stretch. Of course, you can do that lying on your left side also. Exhale, reach back with right hand if you can. You don't have to have the hand if that's a strain. Downward facing dog. Or do your cat's cows. Arrow lunge, left foot forward. Spread the back 5 toes. Straighten out your right ankle. And then press right foot into the mat to lift the right knee up. It might not lift. If it straightens all the way, then you connect to your glutes and maybe start to lift your hands up. Exhale, hands down, knee down. Tuck your back toes under. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Hug low abdominals in. Lengthen the spine away from sacrum towards head. Lengthen the back inner thigh away from your hips. Out heel. Flank stretch. Right heel down. Walk your hands to the right. Turn your left toes in. Right hand to left ankle. Left hand on right hand. Tuck your head into the hammock of your right arm. It might be helpful to draw the right hip back or to keep knees bent, tail tucked. Lizard variation. Release your ankle, walk your hands back towards left foot. Heel toe left foot out to the side in a wide stride. Probably mirror what you did on side 1, whether you left the back knee down or up. elbows down or up. But respecting that our bodies are not your mirror images from left to right. So feel into what's here with your breath. Inhale into the low back ribs. Release your low belly. Exhale, hug low belly in as you lengthen your spine forward. Press back up into your hands if you lowered. Come onto your belly for H to B, heel to butt, or lie on your right side. Left foot in this time. Feel for lengthening through the quadriceps right up into your hip. It's right for you to lengthen the tail and lift low belly off the mat. Notice what that feels like. I'm blocking my microphone, but if possible, you relax your head and neck down. Unless you're taking a Sphinx variation. Downward dog, or whatever your neutral breathing shape is today. Down dog hip opener, right leg back, bend right knee. Turn hips to the right. If opening the hip isn't right for you, then feel for right leg straight back, keeping your hips square. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior with back traction and neck release. So slightly different focus from our last reverse warrior. Reach your left arm back, lift it up an inch, and inhale to lengthen the left ribs out. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Right arm crosses ear. Bring left hand to left hip, right where the thigh meets the hip, and press that in, maybe so much that your arm straightens and your shoulder rises and you lean the left ribs towards your left arm. With my long arms, I'm tempted to say my arm won't ever straighten, so don't copy me, but yoga's taught me never to say never about anything. Neck release, stay in that shape, lower right hand towards the right knee. Relax your head to left shoulder. Yeah, if the back traction tilt of hips doesn't work for you, don't do it. Lounge lunge. Come into lunge, hands down to either side of front foot. See if this works. You can leave back knee up or down as we set up the pose. Keep breathing. Move left hand out to the left corner of your yoga mat. Drape your right arm over your right thigh so you can hold on to right shin as you roll left hip, ribs down to earth. Body sways towards the left arm. Yes, called lounge lunge because it looks pretty luscious, like I'm just watching TV, but it's intense. So if you don't feel like you're lounging, you're probably still doing it right. You can set yourself up so your left hip is on the earth, left elbow down. That is fine as you're learning the shape. This is another pose where it's totally fine to allow left shoulder to slump up to your ear and rest your head on your shoulder. If letting the shoulder comes up, you get those pressure points like deep tissue massage. Well, that's a bonus, but they can be alarming. All right, twisting warrior variations. Back yourself back onto your hands, unwind. Actually, any twist variation you please. Back knee down, up, or warrior one. Left elbow across or left hand on the earth. Twisting towards your right, you decide arm and leg position. Just take note so you have a kinesthetic memory for the second side. If extending arms feels right to you, do that. Half splits, hands down, back knee down. I'm recommending keeping back toes under and flexing right foot. So you draw right hip back. Of course, make this hamstring stretch your own. Work with what's happening in your body. Downward facing dog. Oh, let's come onto our belly. I want to add quarter boat in there. On your belly, with your hands folded in front of you, forehead resting on your hands. Relax your pubic bone or curl pubic bone down into your mat. Keep your buttocks soft. Inhale to the low back ribs. Exhale, draw low abdominals off the mat. Start to lengthen right leg back. Spread your toes. Lengthening the thigh out, rotating right inner thigh towards the sky. Like you're turning right knee in towards left. And if it rises, that's cool. But I do not want you to grip your buttocks in the effort to raise the right leg up. You can soften any clenching in your cheeks. Both sets of cheeks. Exhale, lower down. Relax right leg completely. Lengthen tailbone back, curl pubic bone down. Inhale to low back ribs. Exhale, draw low abdominals up as you send left leg back. And spiral inner thigh towards sky as you lengthen from your hip. Active toes. Right leg tries to stay relaxed. Exhale, lower down. All right. Downward dog. For down dog hip opener or whatever your modification is for that. Left leg this time. Warrior two. I'll offer the Forrest Yoga Reverse Warrior with back traction and neck release. If you want to feel into it on this side, raise your right hand. Inhaling, reach the right arm back. And then exhale, lower right hand down, left arm up. So different from our reverse, which is kind of more of a side bend, I want this to lengthen both sides of your spine out, especially if you choose to take your right hand to hip and pin it down. So decompressing the right hip, no crunching in right hip, right side back. If it helps you to imagine you're doing this to someone else, I am always much kinder with my hands on someone else than I am with myself. This should be a massage-like loving assist. Left hand lowers towards left knee for neck release. Good. Lounge lunge. Hands come down to frame left foot. You might start with back knee down or up. Right hand walks pretty out far away from you. Hook left elbow over left thigh, so you're hugging knee in as you roll your torso, side body towards your right wrist. If you get your right arm in right position, you'll have your shoulder right over elbow over wrist. So hopefully your joints will not complain. And breathe into the right side ribs. Let them fall towards right wrist. Exhale, press tailbone towards left heel. Stabilize your pelvis. Contract sitting bones to tailbone. Good. And then back out of that for twisting, whatever you did on the first side, twisting warrior or twisting lunge. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward of your shoulders. Open up your collar. Exhale, lift the right ribs up towards left thigh. Half splits, hands down, knee down, hamstring stretch. Find your way onto your belly. We'll make this the final spinal extension. We haven't done a lot, so you won't choose anything too big. I'll offer boat with hands interlaced. You can do boat with hands on the ground, Shalabhasana in some yogas, or bow holding your ankles. With hands interlaced, I'm very much endorsing bringing the palms together to touch, like you're in prayer with fingers interlocked, to undo what I'm starting to call the double cell phone shape with the strong flexion of your wrists. If that doesn't work for you, hold a strap instead between your hands. All right, once you've chosen your starting point, relax your shoulders, your spine completely. Turn on your strong legs, whatever variation you're in, reaching your tailbone back. Inhale, lengthen the legs back, and use that to draw the shoulders back and off the mat. Gaze any direction where your neck is soft. An open channel for your breath from body to brain. Make your breath louder than your brain. Exhale, lower down. Rest here or ease back for your cat's, cow's, child's pose. Next place we'll meet is sitting. So take a few more breaths if you're still unwinding. If you're not sure how to transition, turn up your breath. You'll feel. Gomukhasana variations. Let's come into knee pile with right on top of left. I believe classically in Gomukhasana, they sit on their left heel and perineum. I don't usually practice that, so I'm not going to teach it that way, but you're welcome to. Left arm up. Bend your left elbow. Right hand sends left elbow up to the sky. All right, either stay in this variation or relax your arms to prep the bottom arm, rotating right thumb down, And if that hurts at all, you are not going to move on. You'll go back to left elbow up. Right hand behind back. Catch it with your left hand, somewhere on forearm, wrist, or elbow. And then ease the right shoulder back, but feel for softness. If things are soft, then you start to move right hand between shoulders. When things start to tighten or pull, pause. Inhale. Exhale. Soften around the pull. See if you can ease shoulder blade back with zero pain. If hand is between shoulders, you're welcome to find your strap as you bring left hand up and either hold fingers. If you're not holding fingers or strap, hold your shirt. Pull on something with your hands. Send the elbows away from each other. Option to bow while bound. Of course, you might choose to keep both hands behind back or just let go of the hands. Go into the forward fold. Let me know if you have questions about what you're feeling, Martha. If you feel safe coming up while bound, reach back through your tail, use your low abdominals and your feet to pull you up. And press left hand against small of back or right hand against small of back. It'll probably like that. All right, change cross of legs. Right arm up. Assist the right elbow, lengthening up. Soften right shoulder down. Maybe that's where you choose to stay. Or left arm out to the side. Again, any tweaking is just doing that. This is going to possibly, well, it could indicate, I'm not going to say it could indicate tear, but that's what I've done. And again, let go of the goal of getting left hand up between your shoulders. See if you can actually just relax the shoulder in this position. And then when it becomes almost sensation free, like that juicy, gooey, then you guide the left hand up. I have to say, this is something I think they teach it in self-defense to do to people. That's not what we're doing to ourselves. We're creating space and healing, not the space of submission. All right, if you're moving into any variation of the forward fold, any arm position you please. And of course, you can release your hands to help you up. Either way, use your active feet and your active low belly to pull you out. All right, come on down to your back. If there's any final stretches you need before you rest, honor those. If you want to take longer than a 2 or 3 minute rest, I won't be offended if you say namaste now. And if your shoulders are at all tweaky in the open shape with the palms up, you can either place hands on your own belly or hips, or tuck a little piece of towel or something soft underneath each shoulder, a little cradling shape to hold you so your shoulders can relax open. if you like to choose to continue to rest. Just feel your body where it meets earth. My voice in the background. If you'd like to come up, deepen your breath. Stretch body and or draw knees to chest. I recommend easing your way up to sitting from your side with a relaxed neck. With your hands in prayer, bowing towards your own heart, bowing to yourself. I want you to breathe into the inner wisdom you've tapped into. With your practice, with your growing breath, you will continue to light up and get easier access to that place. For now, just acknowledge it's right there. It is always right there. Namaste.